Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perspectives. Our very first guest today is an old friend. I can't remember his name. I'm teasing you. Chad Oliverson with the Arts Alliance Tulsa. Welcome, Chad. Good to see you
It's
again.
good to see you in person again. It's been since pre-COVID.
Oh, yeah.
I know. It's good.
When everybody was wearing a mask.
I know. It's good to be back in studio with you.
You doing good?
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. All right, let's talk about Art Alliance Tulsa.
All right. Well,
What is it?
I'm glad you asked. Because as long as we've been around, which is 8 years now, which is strange because I feel like I grew up with you having these interviews from our first year, we are basically a united funding organization for arts in Tulsa. So we work much like a United Way or any united funding organization, but we focus on arts, culture, and history in the city of Tulsa and surrounding areas.
There is so much of all three.
Yes. Yes. So much more than people really know. I mean, we know the big groups, right? But we really don't dig into all the educational organizations and the ones aimed at our vets and our health care. There's a lot of arms to the arts.
And I hate to use this analogy, but it's almost like an octopus because the arms are out and touch so many things, and it all comes together to drive our economic engine, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and I'm really glad you said that because, again, we think of the arts as what we see on stage or what we see on a wall in a museum, and that's just the icing, right? It's all the work that is done behind the scenes that really drives our economic engine. You have to think that all of these things that happen on stage, all of these things that happen in these museums are paid for. You know, we're hiring people to build, to paint, to do, so we're creating industry. It is an industry. And it gives back. It's, I think in some rankings, it's higher than agriculture in some states. Their arts is higher than that.
Would not surprise me.
It surprised me when I first read it because we have to study these things. And without arts, culture, history in our cities, we not only lose an important part of our economic impact, we lose quality of life, which draws in new companies, new businesses. People want to move to a culturally rich area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And who can we thank most for that? The wives.
That's so true. We had this conversation, and you're right.
The wives that moved here with the husbands who chomped cigars and pumped oil, and the wives said, hey, I need more than this.
It's true. In Tulsa, it was Jane Hurd Clinton and a bunch of her friends who decided, I'm just going to get the New York Symphony on the train and get them to Tulsa. And they built an opera house. You know what I mean? That's how it started. Same thing you were telling me.
How many groups do you support?
Right. We have 40 Tulsa-based arts organizations. And that's kind of our cap where we're at. We've gone a little over, we've gone a little under, but that's about our sustainable level right now.
There are all would be 501c3s.
Yes, they
and
are.
they have to apply yearly
Yes.
for grant money from your organization.
Exactly. Every year they must apply.
So they lean on you, and you have to dole out the funds.
It's true, we do. We work all year to raise funds, and that's part of what we do. There's another half to us, but our main primary goal is to raise those funds to give out as grants at the end of the year. Supplemental funding for these 40 organizations.
Any idea how much money you've given out since you've been in existence?
Well, a few million, more than a few million, and it'll be higher than that this year, along with ARPA funding this year, which is new, something we worked on with Oklahoma Arts Council and Allied Arts in Oklahoma City, which is part of state funding. Oklahoma was granted, the three of us, $10 million for the state of Oklahoma for the arts, and we're working together to get that out. So there's that pot of money too. But it has to be used as a stepping stone. That's not like job done. You know, okay, we don't have to raise any more money. No. We really need to use that as a platform to continue to build our endowments, to raise more money for these arts groups, because it takes so much more than we imagine.
It really does. And at some point, I mean, I'm just making a big assumption here, but at some point there's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4 new groups that come in every year with their hand out, and you may or may not be able to help them.
We commit to the 40 we have, and we have, since year one, been able to give out money to all of our organizations, even during COVID. We're very proud of that fact, and after 8 years, our roots are a little bit stronger, and our fundraising is stronger. So we're going to help them, but we need your help to do it. You know, it depends on the public, really.
Certainly. It strikes me as you talk, and I hear what you're saying, and what little I do know about your organization, and it's woefully inadequate compared. I mean, you do so much. I never hear about you. I never hear from the Alliance, except like in this setting.
Right.
You know, there's got to be a way folks can help that want to be a part of it. If that's the case, what do they do?
There's many ways. First of all, the easiest way is our website, artstulsa.org, which says all of who we are and says how you can help and how you can be part of it. You know, I'm really glad you mentioned, you know, well, what do I know? I don't know anything. I think about that with so many organizations. I've heard their name, but I don't hear from them. I don't know what they do. It's our job to constantly introduce ourselves to you and remind you who we are. So I would encourage people to do that. Pick up the phone, give us a call. Yes, a donation is great, but there are other ways. Our holiday event, which is for the community, which is a longer story, which we don't have to go into, but we moved from galas. We decided to do a free fundraising event for the public. It's a fundraiser, but it's free. And there it is. Yeah. So last year was our first year of holiday art in the park. And we changed the model completely after COVID. We said, you know what? We have enough galas. Some people are tired of putting on gowns and having to buy that $250 ticket to sit at a table for 3 hours. Let's flip it upside down. Let's invite everyone to this. Give away things. Art kits, crafts kits, do dance lessons. Let's give away food. Let's give away toys. Let's give an experience and perform. And then our companies, our individuals, and our businesses will ask them, would you help support this concept? Would you give money to the arts if we can put on an event that gives back to the community? And it worked. It worked better than any gala we've done. And we're doing it again this year. So they can be a part of that and actually help give to the community.
We got about 2 minutes left. It's gone by in a hurry.
I need 5 more minutes.
I'll take it. In that 2-minute period, let me just hit you with one thing. Every year, a graduating class of any number of schools in the area graduate young aspiring actors, actresses, and musicians. We have to somehow hold hands to encourage those young people to at least give it a try here first.
Yeah.
How do we do that?
We raise the name of the arts. We go to the shows. We make it a positive experience. We have to continue to strengthen our infrastructure within our cities and our towns for the arts organizations to make them appealing to actors to stay here. And that means paying the actors, which our theater companies do, so many of them. Some can't, but some do. We have to pay the actors. It's a job, you know, and that can keep them here.
A lot of folks think that's not important,
Oy.
but it is.
Oy. It's so important. I mean, people work to be paid. Actors, dancers, they're not out, the painters, they're not out there just doing it just for fun, right? It's a job. It takes sweat equity, you know?
Thank you. Thank you for coming in again.
Good to be here.
Let's do it again.
Let's do another 5-10 minutes. I got it.
We'll work it out.
All right.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
Short break. We'll be back with more right after this.